Alrighty, guys, so it looks like we had a green day for the most part today. We had the Russell go down a little bit, a teeny tiny bit, but other than that, we had the Dow Jones up about 1%, the NASDAQ up 0.75%, the S&P closed up about 0.5%. Did you guys see the metals? Gold and silver, both of them went up about 2.5%. Great day for the metals, and funny enough, the VIX also went up about 5% on the day. So no joke, green pretty much all across the board, except for the Russell, which barely went down. It pretty much just broke even. So in this video, we're going to break down some earnings from Disney, Occidental Petroleum, AMC, Upstart, and a couple of other companies. And of course, we're going to break down the stock market, what I'm doing. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your water, guys. Stay hydrated. Get your $10 plus your 15 stocks from Moomoo and your 12 stocks from Webull, linked right down below. And let's dive into the video. So right off the bat, we can see SPY ended up rallying into the close. All these indexes did after we had a sharp decline at about, when was that? 1 p.m. on the East Coast. SPY went from 385 to about 277. That was a drop of almost 2%. We rebounded after that. And again, we rallied into the close pretty much from 2:30 p.m. into power hour into the close. Well, I guess the last, now that I'm looking at this, I remember it reminded me, in the last roughly 10 minutes, we sold off. But for the most part, from the low of the day to where we closed, SPY went up 1%. That was a nice rebound. And Triple Q in the same time period. Let's take a look here. This thing went from 265 to about 269 at close. That was a 1.4% rebound. And at its peak, it was up about 2% on that rebound. So that's a good sign for the bulls. 100%. That is a good sign for the bulls. Going back to SPY here, we didn't take out the highs from earlier in the day. We didn't close above them. But the fact that we closed above 380, that's a good sign, right? And one thing worth mentioning is this wedge on the 20-day chart. It's clear as day. We're making higher lows, lower highs at the same time. And we also closed above the moving averages here on SPY on this 20-day chart. So if we do break out of, let's say, for sure the highs from today, 385 tomorrow, if we break them, or at some point this week, and we break 390, there's going to be a lot more upside in SPY from that point. And like I said in my last video, I'll say it again for all you guys watching this video. Maybe you missed the last video. We're noticing a head and shoulders on SPY as well, which as of now, we did close. It looks like we did, right? Yeah, we closed right under the neckline, which is right at 385. So keep that in mind. That is a very big spot here for the bulls on the upside, right? So let's see Triple Q. Triple Q on the 20-day chart. We have a head and shoulders like SPY, clear as day. Left shoulder right here, head, right shoulder. And we did close right under the 180 SMA, but slightly above the 50 SMA on the 20-day chart at about 269 to about $270. So at this point, what direction are we going to pick, right? We got to about 270, which is great, but are we now going to take the highs out from today, being about 273, and start rallying towards 280, 285, or is Triple Q going to collapse, fail at the neckline, and start going under 265, 260? This is the direction we have to wait for, and today was a good green day. You got to give it to Triple Q, 0.75% green day, but we're not fully breaking out really in either direction. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. We have a lot coming up this week with CPI data. We have some earnings. We're going to talk again about Disney in this video, a couple of other ones, so make sure you all stick on throughout. And with that being said, let's get into Webull here and see what in the world is going on here with crypto. So you guys saw my last video. If you didn't, maybe you didn't, I don't know. But if you did, you probably saw that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, pretty much the entire crypto market is in free fall right now due to FTX and, Binance. We're not going to get into it in this video, but that caused a lot of selling pressure. BTC went from 20,600 to 17,100. Now it's at 18,600. It's down 9%. I think when we were filming that video, it was down something like 15%. So BTC has rebounded a little bit. Let's see Ethereum right here, if that has as well, or maybe not. I have no idea. Let's see Ethereum. Okay, now it's down 15%. Still down a lot, but at its low, it was at 1230. Now it's at 1330. So it has rebounded about $100 off of that low. Not too bad. And Dogecoin, let's pull that up and see what Dogecoin is doing. This hit about 7.5-ish cents. Now it's at almost 9 cents, actually. So this is rebounded a good amount off these lows, but still, crypto's getting destroyed. Doge is down 20%, Bitcoin's down 10%, Ethereum's down 15%. It is not looking good whatsoever, guys. So, I mean, there's nothing much new to talk about, but just wanted to do an update. And as of now, again, we've rebounded and we're just consolidating. Let's see. I mean, do we take the lows out tomorrow, overnight, maybe the next day? I don't know. Or do we slowly start climbing out of this hole to the recent highs that were just hit a couple days ago on these coins, guys? So, well, I mean, not the all-time highs, but you know what I mean. We were just at higher points a couple of days ago. So, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want 12 stocks from Webull, this platform right here, use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Webull. Deposit any amount of money and you get 12 free stocks, guys, and it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all as always. So let's talk about some stocks here. Disney is getting nailed. Disney reported earnings. They did adjusted EPS of 30 cents versus 56 cents estimated, so they obviously missed on that. And revenue came in at $20.15 billion versus $21.25 billion estimated, which, yeah, that missed as well. And guess what? Disney Plus paid subscribers, honestly, is not that bad. As of October 1st, are 164.2 million, which is up 39% year over year. Not too shabby. But obviously, the miss on adjusted EPS and on revenue, and they weren't just little teeny misses. I'd say it missed by, what, 5%? That's a decent miss. Nothing crazy, but you know what I mean. That's sending the stock down. And you can see it close at about $100. Now it's at, what, $92 after the bell. It is down 9%. So Disney is getting close to those lows. I'm not sure what the lows were. I think something like 90. Did it get under 90 a couple weeks ago? No, actually, we just took the lows out. We just hit $89. We got under 90 here after the bell, which is a fresh low on Disney. So at this point, guys, I'm not going crazy on Disney and jumping on this to buy this dip or anything like that. But if it gets down even lower here, and what do we have? This is a descending triangle after all, guys. I mean, is it not? If this thing comes any lower, which it probably will, we're probably going to see lower 80s, mid 80s. If 80 breaks, obviously 70s from there. And that's where I would start going pretty aggressively on Disney, as this is one of the companies that I haven't bought in quite some time. But it's one of those that I want to have in my long-term portfolio because I just think it's a great company for the long term, to be honest. Great moat. I don't really see anybody knocking Disney off. Who knows? I could be wrong, but what do you guys think? You're probably going to agree with me on that. Disney's one of those companies, so they're going through turmoil like a lot of companies are. And, we'll see what the guidance is. I mean, it's pretty early. I mean, the call is probably right now. Let's see here. CFO says expects that CapEx will increase in full year 23 to a total of $6.7 billion, driven by higher spend across the enterprise. Maybe that's a reason it could be falling here. CFO says expect direct-to-consumer operating results to improve by at least $200 million by Q1 fiscal 23 compared to Q4. More improvement in Q2. All right. And we saw some more info here. If I come down a little bit, bear with me here, guys. This is Disney we're talking about here. They had a revenue of overall $20 billion, like I said. So that broken down between the different segments here. Disney Media and Entertainment distribution revenue was $12.73 billion. Parks, experiences, and products revenue was $7.4 billion. And we saw Disney Media and Entertainment I just said that actually. What else here? I guess that's it. Yeah, it's only split into those two. And again, I told you guys, Disney Plus subscribers, 164.2 million, which is up 39%. And average monthly revenue per paid global Disney Plus subscriber was down 5% year over year. So that's a catalyst as well for a potential catalyst for the sell-off that we're actually seeing in real time right now. So keep that in mind, guys. Disney's getting to a point where I'm not going to say it's a bargain basement value or it's a screaming value yet, but, it's a decent value for sure. But in the mid-70s, low 80s, it's a lot better, no doubt about it. So Disney's down a whopping $10 here pretty much after the bell, guys. Another one we have to look at is Occidental Petroleum, which is right on the brinks of breaking out. And here after the bell, stock's pretty much unchanged. It went down about 1.5% on the day. And here it's at what? $75. Actually, it's up about 10 cents. I mean, for whatever that's worth after the bell. So they ended up doing EPS of 244 versus 246 estimated on revenue of 9.5 billion, which came right in line with the estimate. And I mean, I've said this before, I'll say it again. There's a clear ascending triangle on Occidental Petroleum. We've had resistance in the mid-70s for months. I think we're going to break out. My alert's at 77. I could be wrong. We'll see. That's why alerts are there, guys, so we can get alerted, in real time, and we don't have to have 50 screens up at once, which is I mean, you could technically do that, but we don't have 100 eyes. I mean, that's the reality of the matter. So put alerts, guys. The high from a couple weeks ago was 77. We're pretty much right there. So let's see what Oxy ends up doing. And good old AMC, guys, they also reported today, and their stock is it's down a little bit, down 16 cents here after the bell, after initially shooting up about 40 cents. I think at one point it was up about 9%. So AMC ended up doing negative 20 cents versus negative 24 cents estimated. So they beat EPS. All right. And revenue also beat 968.4 million versus 961.09 million estimated. So double beat for AMC. Again, it shot up 9% initially, but now it's come down a little bit. So where is this thing trading overall? I mean, this has been in a downtrend. It doesn't look good at all, in my opinion, guys. Really, no sign of a reversal at all. So I'm not touching it. My alert's at $7. Will it hit that? Who the heck knows? I'm not banking on it anytime soon until obviously it proves me wrong, which it is one of those stocks that could rip out of nowhere. But for now, I am staying away from AMC unless I want to throw some gamble money at it, right? Which at this point, I'm not really looking to do that personally. So Upstart ended up reporting as well. UPST is the ticker. They did 24 cents in the red earnings per share versus the loss of 8 cents estimated. So that missed. And they did revenue of 57 million versus 169.42 million, which also missed. And as you would probably expect, the stock is down. It closed at $19. Now it's at $14, guys. It is down, free falling, gapping down 26% after the bell. And what? It's 5:30 right now on the East Coast, about an hour and a half after these earnings came out. I feel bad for you if you own Upstart, honestly. Not because it's a bad company. I can't really say that. I haven't done full research into it, especially recently. But, just holding a stock that gets demolished like that right after the bell, it's tough, and it's happened to me for sure, and especially during this bear market, and I'm sure it's happened to you as well. I mean, with all these stocks that have been coming down, it is a crazy time period to be investing, and you better have the stomach for it, seriously, or you're going to get eaten alive. That's just the reality of the matter in this market. If you can't handle these swings, especially if you're in some more speculative stocks, it's gonna tear you apart. That's just the truth, and it's been ugly out there, and Upstart is it's a perfect example of that. And the stock is crashing. Let's see what else. Plug reported as well. Plug Power, which this stock is down. It's down as well, about 60 cents after the bell here, down about 5%, and it's been down in just the past couple of days. It's down about 15%. So Plug did negative 30 cents versus negative 23 cents estimated. That missed. Revenue came in at 188 million, which that missed as well versus the 248 million estimated. So double miss for Plug Power. And like I said, guys, been downtrending, no sign of a reversal. We're pretty much at the lows now from a couple months ago. This is not looking pretty. If I were to guess, we're probably going to end up taking out that $12 low and probably start going under $10. That's my guess. But who knows? With politics, anything could happen with these. Charging. This is one of the charging plays, right? EV chargers. Anything could happen. It could be a political play. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. We're not going to get into that rabbit hole right now, but keep your eye on it. Plug Power. Let's see. Lucid is another one that reported LCID, and let's see what this is doing. Oh my goodness, it is free falling after the bell, guys. This stock is down to what? 100 or not 100. It's down 11%. I don't know why I said 100. It's down to $12 here after the bell. It closed at $13.50, so it's down a good chunk here, gapping down. They did EPS of negative 40 cents versus negative 31 cents estimated, so that missed. And they did a revenue of $195 million, which guess what? That also missed. The $209 million estimate, which a lot of these companies are double missing. Upstart, Plug, Lucid. And this is probably it's probably going under $10, guys, by the looks of it. If I were a betting man, I'm thinking this goes under 10. It's right at 11.50. Earnings were bad. Guidance, I would be shocked if the guidance was phenomenal. I'm not necessarily seeing guidance, so I can't say for sure. But it's just not looking good. Let's just put it that way here. It says Lucid to raise up to $1.5 billion on share sales. Oh, wow. So they're diluting like create. Well, there you go. That's why it's selling off. They're diluting for sure. Yeah, they're diluting a bunch. So yeah, Lucid's getting destroyed. It's pretty much at right where it's at based on when the SPAC came out. You guys remember that? What was it before? What was it, man? I forget. But overall, Lucid is right back at $10. And again, if I was a betting man, it's probably going under 10 in my humble opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor, guys. That's my opinion. Make sure you realize that. So the last stock for this video is Novavax, which did EPS of $2 and negative $2.15 versus $1.57. So that missed. And revenue came in at $734.5 million versus $586.25 million, which beat by almost about $150 million. So that's not bad. And they see full year 22 revenue of $2 billion versus the roughly $2.04 billion estimate. So Novavax is also in a downtrend. And I mean, they didn't double miss like the other companies, but they really did miss on EPS pretty badly there. They're losing a ton of money by the looks of it. And again, it's in a downtrend. We're under these moving averages with really no reversal in sight. So I don't really want to go too deep into Novavax. I just covered it simply because of earnings. And really the most important stock, in my opinion, the two most important stocks that I wanted to really get into in this video were Disney and Oxy, which is why I covered them in the beginning. And those two are really, and those are the ones I'm focusing on too. You guys really got to focus on those two. Going back to them, Disney in the low 80s, mid 80s, I love it. And Occidental Petroleum here, more as a trade, I'm looking at it, above 77. I think we're going to get a lot of upside from there. If we look here on this max chart, we hit $88 back in 2018. I think that gap could fill. If we broke 88.90, we hit $105 back in 2014. So there could be some more upside in the short term on OXY, and that's why I figured let me cover it and cover these different earnings. So let's see what we have tomorrow before I wrap the video up, guys. And by the way, if you want to see more content, you like the content, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. So what's on the list here for tomorrow, guys? Give me a second. I'm pulling up my phone. Looks like tomorrow we have Trade Desk, Roblox, Canopy Growth by the looks of it, Wendy's, Rivian, Wynn, Beyond Meat, for whatever it's worth. We're going to cover that stock. And then on Thursday, we have Neo. Friday, we have a couple of other companies. So nothing crazy, but tomorrow we do have a couple worth looking at. Trade Desk, Roblox, Rivian, and again, a couple of other ones. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you want some free money, if you haven't gotten your $10 plus up to 15 stocks for Moomoo, use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Deposit at least $100 and you get some free money. It also helps out the channel. And don't forget to also get your 12 stocks from Webull. All of those are linked down below. Check out my Patreon as well if you guys want. And with that being said, cheers. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.